Hey there, I am Heidi Powell, and you have made it to Heidi's Lane. I am a mom of 4 beautiful kids, a health enthusiast, and an entrepreneur who, just like everybody else, is learning to navigate the joys, the grief, the love, the messes, and everything in between on this beautiful highway we call life. Now, nothing is off the table here in my lane, so I invite you to cozy up, grab a cup of coffee, join me right here on my couch for real, raw, vulnerable conversation that hopefully helps you learn and grow through this journey with me. I am so grateful you are here. Welcome to Heidi's Lane.
Hi.
We're here. We made it. We made it to another episode.
People wondered where I went. People wondered.
They did.
They
wondered
DM'd
where
you,
you
and
went.
the last thing we did was we're going to therapy, and then I wasn't around for a couple weeks.
Do you think that's why? Because, what's funny is you actually were not gone for that long.
No, it was like a week.
A week. Ryan, in a nutshell, was gone for a week. And the second he started posting this trip that he came back, I had multiple people online be like, oh my gosh, I was so worried. I was praying for you.
Yeah, someone prayed.
They said that they were praying for us because you were gone. But then I'm like, what do you think it was? And I think it's because the last time you were in town,
it was Cash's birthday that week.
It was Cash's birthday. The 2 days before Cash's birthday, Ryan and I did couples therapy.
2-day intensive workshop.
And we posted about it online. And I'm sure automatically, and we said, I'm sure everyone says that though. They're like, you don't go to therapy to fix things.
Everything's fine, guys. Nothing to see here.
You go to therapy. Hold on, I'm going to fix this light real quick. You go to therapy because to have tools.
Yeah.
Which you do go to therapy to have tools, you know? Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Make this a little browner. There we go. Just fixing the lighting. Also, if you're not watching this podcast, then let me just paint a picture for you. We have Ryan doesn't like the couch.
I sink in everything, don't I?
He does.
I am densely built.
Everything.
I'm not like, I'm an averagely heavy man.
Like when he lays in the bed at night, it's like he goes inverted. Like his head goes. What is it?
I don't know. I have to buy. I found it. They're called bunkie boards. I have to buy a half king size bunkie board to go under the mattress topper on your bed because I sink. We're also, if you're not, you were saying to paint the picture.
Board.
Yeah, because I sink in everything. I weigh 205 pounds. So is that like excessive? I don't think so.
It's essentially ply board.
Yeah.
That we have to put underneath one side.
My side.
We can do it under both. I don't mind.
Yeah, okay. I love a hard mattress. My mattress at home is firm.
I feel like these mics are really heavy.
Yeah, but they're quality.
Okay, so yes, painting a picture. Ryan sinks in the couch.
These chairs are great.
I'm over the car right now for a minute. And so we have pulled our 2 chairs that actually belong over on this side of the living room. So like we usually have a couch behind us like this, and then these chairs.
This is great. I like this setup.
Yeah, and so we have chairs in front of a couch.
How fast was this?
We got but we're off center.
It's fine.
The love sign is in the background. There we go.
Okay.
And we're podcasting from here. Let's talk about my outfit for a minute.
Uniform?
My uniform.
Yeah.
How many days have I worn this same
I
outfit?
wouldn't even remember the last time you didn't wear this. But same. I wear I used to wear white t-shirts all the time. Remember?
Yeah.
They're just not quality.
What I was saying, tangent. Did you take your Vyvanse today?
Yeah, Does it seem like I didn't? I have new ADHD meds. Can we talk about ADHD medication? It's fine. I don't think it's strong enough.
I know. I'm like, what time did you take it at? So this is my uniform this week. This is day 3.
Yeah.
I did have to change my jeans yesterday.
New jeans?
Because.
Oh, big news. Going back to a podcast you did a couple months ago.
I bled through. You guys, I love
how that's like a.
Well, if you've been listening to this podcast and you know, or you haven't been, listen, if you are in perimenopause, I mean, I could cry at the drop of a hat today. So let's be careful what we talk about.
Why?
Today.
Let's cry.
Well, let's finish one thought at a time. Okay.
I'm just validating.
Don't pull on any more fucking threads.
Validating. Cry if you want to. It feels great.
I'm kidding. But anyway, perimenopause is hard.
Mm.
I had a period in April. No. What month are we in? June?
Mm.
May was like a weird one. I had a good period in April, but like then it was 2 months prior to that where I didn't. And it is hard to go. And the reality is I just need to be okay with my body not having regular periods. But there's something in my brain when I'm not having them regular where I'm like, man, it's like I'm trying to get back to a place I'll never be again.
Ooh.
However,
Yeah.
I am on my period.
I'm back, bitches.
I'm young right now. I had to change my jeans yesterday. I felt like I was
Good for
18
you.
again, you know?
Yeah. Can I ask a woman question?
But this tank top, this is day 3 of this tank top.
Yeah, new jeans.
When I find something that works, it's like Steve Jobs. He buys, or is he dead?
Yeah.
He died.
Yeah.
But he did buy.
Who needs meds, dude? It's not me. You tried mine one day and you
I don't know
hated
if we should
it.
be putting that on.
No, it's fine. That's
I
not
did.
a
I
big deal.
tried a
It's
Vyvanse once.
low dosage ADHD medication.
Steve Jobs. Let me go back to this. Wears the same shirt.
Yeah.
Wore.
Because
we've established he's no longer with us. Rest in peace. But every day he wore the same shirt and he like the same black shirt because there's something called decision fatigue. And the energy, we actually just taught about it in Mastermind. It came up, but like the energy we have to put toward deciding what to wear each day and even deciding our meals, like changing up meals. That's why the routine is actually really important because if we can remove the decision fatigue, it actually gives us energy for other things. And so today and yesterday, waking up and grabbing what I wore the day before.
I love it. It's cute.
I shower 2 to 3 times a day.
Yeah.
I'm clean. My clothes, I mean, I don't really go anywhere. So it's
the
not
town.
Like the town. So last night, was that last night or 2 nights ago? It was like
2 nights ago. I grabbed your bare feet.
He grabbed my feet. He went like he was going to go suck on my toe.
Yeah, I mean, I was like joking. This isn't like some gross podcast. Calm down, everybody. Jeez. I was like making a joke. Like, these are your dirty feet after a full day. I acted like I was going to put it in my mouth. And she goes, ah.
I said, these feet have been all over the town. And he's like, the town?
Like upstairs, downstairs, car, Starbucks, in shoes, back home.
I said, I know I went somewhere today.
All
and
over
then I
town.
had to like think through and backtrack and be like, where did I go? And where I had gone was to get him from the airport.
Yeah, all over town. Wait, can I ask a woman period question?
Yeah.
It's something I've heard. So I'm curious if it's true as you have inconsistent periods. I've heard women say that when you have a period, it's a cleansing, but it's like an emotional cleansing too. Like it feels like you emotionally reset in a cleansing, which I believe is probably true. And it would make total sense that it's like mind, body, soul, emotions. Mm-hmm. Do you feel when you miss periods that like you have one now, do you feel like, I mean, we laid in bed and talked for hours last night. You cried last night.
Did I?
Yeah. You're crying last night.
What was I crying over?
You're telling old stories.
Oh, yeah. I actually was grieving last night.
Deeply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is interesting because I don't know if I've done that since. It was like
There's been
the
a
first
few
months of our relationship when you had allowed me and asked questions about Dave, which then But yeah, that was interesting. You were showing me a video of a singer and you're like, oh my gosh, this singer wrote a song for Dave after he passed. Oh yeah, we were looking at musicians. That's how it started.
Yeah, we were going through your playlist. That's like 14 years old.
And I said, oh, it was James T.W.
James T.W.
So James T.W. I had gone to Joel and Kat Marion's wedding in North Carolina at the castle there. It was like literally the most beautiful thing. It was July 2023, which was a handful of months after Dave had passed. And we were all friends, Dave and I, with Joel and Kat and a group of friends of ours. And at the
I get
wedding,
to meet soon, by the way.
Yeah, you get to meet. We're actually going to concerts with Joel and Kat in July.
That'd be cool.
I'm really excited about that. But they are the cutest couple ever. And I was actually, one of James T.W.'s songs came up and I said, oh my gosh, at Joel and Kat's wedding, they had Nico Moon. Who was the other singer? I cannot remember.
Had like a lot of famous people there.
I don't know.
It was like an event.
I could be wrong. I don't feel like Trevor Hall was there, but it was someone like that who was there as they went down the aisle. But Nico Moon was there. They did a private concert, and then James TW, who is
Yeah.
very much an Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, yeah.
Very much
So
beautiful
talented.
voice.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And it hit me last night. I'm like, oh my gosh, James, he wrote a song for Dave after he passed. And Ryan's like, how did that happen? Did he know Dave? Did you tell him? And I'm like, I don't remember. So I went to my DMs to look up my messages with James. And apparently, because at Joel and Kat's wedding, Mel Robbins had done she and Chris, her husband, did the most hilarious.
Really?
I have a video of it.
Oh, I gotta see it. Yeah.
They did like a toast. It was really funny. And so Mel and Chris were there. And when Mel and I were talking after James had sang, she came up to me and she's like, oh my gosh, I think you need to go talk to James TW. And I said, why? And she said, apparently James follows me, not me, but Mel.
Yeah.
And she said he had seen when I posted about my best buddy Dave passing. He had seen when Mel had posted about Dave passing, and she said that James was like, I wrote a song for him. And Mel's like, Heidi, you need to connect and get this song and hear it. And so James and I went back and forth, and so I played the song for you last night.
Well, you showed me a DM with James.
Yeah.
Explaining your relationship with Dave.
Because
I don't think maybe he knew.
I didn't talk to him at the wedding.
Yeah.
So I reached out and I said, hey, Mel told me to reach out to you, said you'd wrote a song. Here's a little bit about me and Dave. And I sent him some things. And then he was just so sweet and said, oh my gosh, I feel like I wrote this song for you. Then for you and Dave. And here you go. And so that song, I haven't listened to it since, I don't know.
Well, it was the DMs when you started getting really emotional.
Oh yeah. When I was kind of.
Yeah. You couldn't even finish reading it. Yeah.
Tangent. So you were asking about periods.
Yeah. So yeah, like, is there like an emotional cleansing, emotional release? I've heard that, and it would make sense. And then do you feel like you don't get it when you don't have a period, but you run on like high?
So I feel like it would make sense that there's an emotional cleanse, because when you consider actually just biologically, physiologically, what's happening in your body when you're estrogen, and it's
it's a peak of a cycle that like restarts. And I mean, it feels like that would make total sense.
So naturally you're going to have like a cycle and a cleanse. And so I do think when I will say this, I don't think, except for the days historically leading up to a period, like the day right before a period for me, historically, that's been off lately, I do feel like my life is doomed. Literally, the day before, my life is doomed. And I'm like, I'll never get to everything. It's just my default is overwhelm. And so not having, and then when I start my period the next day, I'm always like, oh, that's why. So it kind of then starts to make sense. And then I'm actually back in my flow, pun intended.
Yeah.
But not having, like, I thought I was starting a couple weeks ago, and then it never happened. There's just, it's almost like I perceive, and I'll only speak for myself, but I perceive something's wrong with my body when it's not actually. So when a period doesn't come, I start to act as if something's wrong. Oh, right? Like, when really what's happening with my body is absolutely 100% natural. Me at this age, at 44 years old, skipping periods is absolutely normal and natural. And I think some of my work right now, emotionally and internally, is in allowing, not resisting, not fighting what's happening, and allowing it to be. I was actually served an Instagram reel the other day that really had me thinking. And it was actually for this like Korean skincare mask. Apparently there's like fish eggs you can inject under your skin or something.
Of course there is.
Yeah, but there's like a mask that they've done, so you put it on your face, and it's basically, but the reel starts by showing it's this whole visual graphic of and it talks you through it. It's really cool, really educational. Don't know how correct it is, but this first part definitely is. Essentially is showing and talking about a woman, like when we get Botox, we might be freezing our face and reversing aging for a period of time, like reversing the appearance of aging for a period of time. But underneath your skin, all of the aging is continuing to happen. Like the collagen is breaking
The
down.
cells,
The
everything.
cells are breaking down. There's actually damage still happening under. So every time the Botox wears off, the lines are deeper. The wrinkles are more. The effects are like my Botox is very worn off right now. And it's true. Every time the Botox wears off, I do notice more and more. And it's saying like, and then it really got me thinking, because it's like, if you just imagine this back and forth process forever, what am I going to be 60? Yeah. I mean, 60-year-olds are doing it, but it's like, so I get Botox for a minute and I freeze my face, but then when it wears, how long?
Like you take a few steps forward, but then it's always more steps back all the time because of it.
Yeah. It's just like, how long am I going to fight this? At what age do I decide that aging is actually beautiful? I mean, I'll cry now even thinking about it, but it really got me thinking. I'm like, man, it is really interesting to think how we're just constantly, and we're paying thousands every time. We pay thousands of dollars for a frozen face, for really at this point, but my body's pretty immune to Botox, right?
Oh,
like,
really? Oh.
It might last for a month
Did
if
you
I'm
just
lucky.
get it or no?
No, it's been 3
I thought you
months
went the other day.
No,
that was a different face thing.
It's yeah, that was laser.
Oh, yeah.
So, but it might last for a month, and then it's like I'm just waiting my time until I can go get it again and freeze my face and almost fake an age that I'm not. Is kind of how I started thinking about it. But anyway, I want to get this Korean skincare mask.
Yeah, I was like,
because apparently it like actually repairs the skin. But then even at that, like, how long before I finally accept who I am in all of who I am? How long? When does that happen? I'm there in a lot of ways, you know, like I haven't colored my hair in, here we go.
It's been a while.
My hat. Yeah, 8 months or so. You know, I still have some extensions, but it's like a fraction of the extensions that I have. So it's like there's progress, but man.
But it is cool though, because I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but when you got rid of most of the extensions and stopped coloring your hair, it got thicker.
I mean, yeah, debatable.
I don't think it's debatable. I think it's clear. I think it's evidence-based.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, so it's interesting. Like you did less to it.
But then the reality is, what if my fate is to have thinning hair? Like,
then you do. You shave and get some cool wigs.
How do I get myself to a point where no matter how I look, I love myself. Now I'm so much further along today,
for sure,
than I've ever been in my entire life. I love who I am. And there's still the question, do I love who I am when you take away everything? And I've never been there. I have the boobs. They're there. I got the teeth, you know, the fake teeth. Now that was bulimia that kind of forced me to do that. But I have the extensions still. It's a really interesting thing. We were talking about periods. Don't remember how. Yeah,
it's okay.
All of it is accepting. It's accepting. It's like, wasn't I telling you about Hypnobabies the other day?
Yeah.
I did Hypnobabies with Cash and Ruby, which was, I had 2 births with an epidural. Cash and Ruby I had with no epidural. And it was like really cool because in Hypnobabies, they teach you, I never was hypnotized, but essentially it's breath work and they teach you to focus on your breathing. And one of the biggest things I'll always remember is them saying there's a difference between pain and pressure. And pain, you know, like when your body is broke, when something's broken, a bone is broken,
like something's wrong,
an open wound, something's wrong.
Like going the way it's not supposed to. Yeah.
You feel pain. When your body is doing what it's naturally supposed to do,
but
which
is pushed to the limits,
having a baby, then that is not pain, it's pressure. And when you can differentiate, right? Like my body, when I have a baby coming out of my birth canal, like that's absolutely what my body's designed for. And so it's a beautiful thing and you can kind of reframe what you feel. But I think I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, man, emotionally, it's the same thing. But, the more you cannot fight what's meant to happen naturally, the less pressure and pain you perceive. And so I wonder, I can't help but be like, oh, it's the same emotionally, right? This is what my body's naturally supposed to do. It's supposed to naturally age. It's supposed to naturally not have a period. And so like the more I can embrace it and not fight it and have all my muscles seize up against it, which causes pain, right? Then like
You'll feel the
easier on me.
pressure
Yeah.
of whatever, society, the standards, your own self-perception or
Yeah.
expectations, but it's not pain.
Yeah.
Also, if you're not watching, we have matching hats.
Yes, we do.
I was like, we went to therapy and all we got were these stupid matching hats.
Wait, should we talk about therapy?
Well, you bought this hat in California and left it at my place, and it is awesome. And
Wait,
so,
was this the day before therapy that I
yeah, it was when I came in last time before therapy, and I wore this hat, and you're like, now it's stretched out and greasy from your bald head, so order me a new one.
Okay. So this
Which
hat,
is not wrong. It's true.
well,
My daughters tell me the same thing. They're like, your greasy head. They always tease me.
What my dad was bald.
I know. What are you going to do? Maybe I need to create a product for the greasy bald man out there.
You do. But we had a leather couch actually in both houses, our Arizona house and the Newport house that my
dad's
had.
head spot.
There's a greasy bald head spot.
It's skin oil.
To this day from my dad's head. So yeah, Ryan, I mean, there was one day I bought this hat in Newport. I don't buy many things. Can we acknowledge that?
I totally acknowledge it. I told you that when I first met you. I thought you would be the biggest shopper in the world. I mean, it just kind of would seem that way.
Yeah, I don't.
And you're actually like really minimalist.
Yeah.
Your money goes when you travel.
I like to travel nicely.
Yeah.
Not going to lie. I like a good first class upgrade if I can afford it.
It's all preferences.
I like a nice hotel.
It makes you happy. When we spend money in the places that we don't even like, that's when we're pissed about our spending.
Yeah, I don't care about my car. I mean, I've had the same car. It's got 100,000 miles.
It's utility.
Had it since 2002.
Tank
2022.
Tops. Yeah.
These tank tops I've had for years.
That's great.
And sometimes I'll have to replace them because they get a little stretched out. But like, they're
when I rub your shoulders and I
tops.
put my hand underneath the straps and you're like, don't stretch my shirts.
I do.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I'm learning.
Yeah. Why were we talking about? Oh, so we were in Newport.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot my bikini I left it at your house. We were down at my mom's.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, crap, I got to go get a bikini. Here's another reason I don't shop. Because when I shop,
when you start with one,
I don't know how to stop.
You give a mouse a cookie.
That's exactly what happens.
Yeah. You went back to the counter 4 times.
I did. I ended up buying.
Like, should we put this in your existing bag, ma'am?
Did I buy 2 or 3 bikinis? I think I bought
2. A hat.
And they looked the exact same. Can we just say that? They were both the same color. But like after I bought one that was non-refundable, non-returnable, I found a better blue. Like I liked the
Were they both blue?
Yes, they were.
Oh my gosh.
And then I found this hat. And you had found the hat for me.
Yeah.
You put it on. I'm like, great.
Mm-hmm.
And then I needed sunglasses.
Oh, and then you got sunglasses.
The sunglasses, you better not be wearing those at your house.
Are they? I don't wear them. No,
okay,
because that's not my shape.
Okay, good.
I can't wear those. It's not my shape.
So I get these things.
Babe. You better not wear my sunglasses.
Yeah, well, because your head's bigger than mine. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I have a tiny head.
You do have a tiny head, and
your
mine is bigger.
Not big. Mine is tiny.
It might be. I don't know.
But he sent me a picture when I was back home, and he's like, "Check it out." I'm wearing
your
hat.
Your hat is so cool. It fits really well.
Yeah, that's what you said. And then I was like, "Oh, cool. He's wearing it for a second, right?" Like.
Then I show up with it.
And then I pick him up.
It's mine now.
I picked him up from.
So we got you a new one
for therapy.
Now we're in matching hats.
And he had a hat. My hat on, and I take it off, and it's like greasy and shaped to his head.
I will like come out of the ocean with sunscreen on my head and put on my hats, and it's like this white ring on. It's not great. So I don't blame you.
He replaced mine,
and then you bought another one to have in California too.
Yeah.
So now you're stacked up again. Routine.
I'm gonna
decision fatigue.
Make sure I write my name on mine.
It's like the straps cinched all the way. I know which one's yours. That tiny little head of yours.
What do we want to talk? Well, we were going to talk about
therapy part 2.
Therapy.
I don't even know how to summarize and sum up how amazing that was, but we'll try.
Because
have the coffee,
that's right.
Please?
Yeah, we had already kind of we talked about therapy that we were going to. What do you want to say about it?
Well, why don't you describe from your perspective what kind of like methodology of therapy it was? Like how did you experience what kind it was? You've done a lot of different modalities, so I've done a few, but you've done a lot.
You guys, the woman you see sitting here today
has been shaped by many coaches and therapists.
You have no idea. So for those of you that think I'm a shit show, you should have seen me before. That's all I'm going to say. I have come a long way, ladies and gents.
You're amazing.
And I still have a ways to go. And I am like, man, I am so grateful for all of the inner work.
Mm.
I'm grateful for all of it. And actually, I had forgotten until we went to go see Dave. Ironically, the guy's name is Dave. I had forgotten about a huge form of therapy that I had participated in. There's been so many different things. It all started with Landmark back in the day. In 2008. We've talked about that before. And I would say I didn't really do much more. I did a handful of different Landmark courses in 2008 and 9, maybe even 10. But then I didn't do much more until Chris and I had it, obviously, our, what do you call it? Integrity breach by me. So this is not a Chris thing. If anyone listening, don't bring it back to him that I said anything that makes it sound like he's guilty. We're all guilty in our own way. But I mean, that was my whole thing. That then was like, okay, number one, if obviously Chris and I decided to try and make our marriage work. And so it was all in. We went all in therapy for the rest of our marriage.
You were flying to like LA once a week.
We were flying to LA. Yep. The therapist was there. I still love her. I still see her when I need that kind of therapy because every therapist or coach has their own style. But yeah, that was the whole thing. It was like to kind of uncouple the marriage at some point when we kind of both made the decision and do it. And I think that's why Chris and I have such a great co-parenting dynamic, actually, is how we did it. Anyway. Yep. I'm not going to go through all the things, but I've done everything under the sun. And I have different coaches that I kind of have on call for different things. But when I was sitting in the room with Dave. And Dave, he was kind of explaining his methodology. What I love about him, so typically therapists, it's very talk therapy, right?
You tell like what happened to you.
Yeah.
What's your story?
Yeah. And that works for me. Obviously during a difficult marriage and a divorce, that was what I needed.
Yeah.
Right?
It has its place. Oh yeah.
Right after Dave, and certain parts when Dave and I were together, when I was trying to navigate, helping someone through treatment or whatever, I would talk to Laurel. By the way, Laurel's the bomb. I love her. I'd get back in contact with her after Dave passed. She was my ride or die, helping me through that. In addition to coaching in different forms of things. But when I'm in a pretty healthy place, I actually tend to drop the therapy and lean into the coaching. So I have different coaches or spiritual healers that I do for different things. But coaching, because I feel like coaching has more of a framework, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, I like it.
It's like solution oriented. Yeah.
You find your own, the coach usually helps you find your own answers.
Yeah.
You're not just going to vent, and you can vent, but it's like, what are you going to do about it? Which is kind of how I am in life. Like you can vent, but what the fuck are you going to do about it? Kind of a thing. And so we had decided that you were going to therapy to show you. I'm totally kidding, babe. I'm joking.
I love it. I'm all in. Fully down.
We decided that we were going to therapy.
Yeah, something we said in the very beginning.
We both have a lot going on in our lives. We both need guidance that is not the other person. I don't want to be the sole person you are leaning on for guidance through your stuff. Because I tend to be a fixer. And I want to avoid that pattern, right? You don't want to be the sole person responsible for helping me find solutions. And when we stay in our own echo chamber, like we all have our loops. I only know so many solutions. I'm not going to find any more in the same echo chamber. And we create an echo chamber that like does not allow for broader solutions. So in order for this guy to work with us, right, we did he's like, do a 2-day intensive. So we're sitting in the room with him. He's explaining his methodology. I already love it because he is a therapist, but he also implements coaching. I can tell by the way he talks. I'm like, man, I'm going to like this guy. He challenges me. I like therapists typically don't challenge. Typically therapists
just validate,
make you feel good.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't want to like be made to feel good.
For sure.
I need to see what I can't see. I want you to be like, you're blind. Like show me where I'm blind. And he was really great. He's like, hey,
he's so like gentle, but very direct. He's awesome.
He's like, you got a superpower. Your superpower is your shit's tight and clean and you rigid and you are in line and you have high expectations. And that's going to serve you in business in this. And also he said, I guarantee you that superpower is part of why relationships don't work out. Because I have a very high expectation. He's like, it's probably part of why business things don't work out. It's probably why, I mean, how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah, it's how you interact with your kids,
Yeah.
your team. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So the way, when we got in a room with him, I didn't know what to explain. I'll say we got into the room. There's like blocks over here.
Felt like
like a nursery.
It was like a rec room.
Like who? Yeah.
There's like blankies and plush toys and snacks and
there were snacks and waters and like I was going into nursery at church. You know, like there were like big pieces of paper on the wall, like we're about to do art.
Yeah, which we did.
There's this big rug, and you know, as soon as I walk in, I'm like, oh, he's judging us. Like, where are we gonna sit? I brought it up right away.
And we asked him, we're like, what do you think when couples sit down on the couch?
That's what I'm like.
Body language, how they sit.
Are you like waiting to see what chair I picked?
It's like the opposite side of the room.
In fact, remember after break on one of the days I walked in, and I'm like, to Dave, I'm like, did you intentionally put that pillow?
Well, no, it was worse than that. Like we started back up again.
That was day one at the beginning.
No, with the pillow. And
okay.
He was talking. We were in it.
Okay, we were.
And you were just staring off into the distance, clearly not okay about something. And he stops and he looks over where you're looking, and it's a pillow sitting out of its place on top of the back of the couch against the wall.
Yeah. And what did I say?
You said, did you intentionally put that pillow up there to see if it would throw me off?
No, I said, not even throw off. I said, did you intentionally put that pillow up there to like test me and to see if I would notice?
And you did.
And he said no. But then I was explaining that the prior day, I have major sensory issues, major, and like definitely on the spectrum a little bit.
Yeah.
We all know this.
Yeah.
Anyone who's close to me knows this. It's a real thing.
For sure.
But when we started on day one, I had walked out of the bathroom. The bathroom was behind Dave.
Mm-hmm. We could see it.
I could see the light on in the bathroom and the fan was on. And I accidentally left the light on and the door open. So Dave's like here. Behind him is this door, which is off in the distance. And then over here, on the other side of Dave is some like, I don't know, like 90s rock.
Yeah, it was like, in like a doctor's office, like a 90s like radio station. Yeah. You had some Bon Jovi.
Halfway there.
You're like this. Yeah.
You know?
On a little Bluetooth.
Yeah, it was. And so he started talking and I was like, oh my gosh. I don't know if I can pay attention because there's a fan right there. The door's open and there's some music over here. Like it took everything in me. I had to like do some breathing. And he eventually turned off the music, and then I was like, okay, one stimuli down.
Yeah.
I think I can do the second one for a while. And then I did eventually go to the bathroom and shut it and turn off the light, and that helped me.
Yeah. And then you move the pillow, put it back in the corner.
Yeah.
Hit the crease. Karate chop crease.
When Dave started talking, how many times have I said that line? He was explaining the kind of therapy he does. And he actually said, he does a lot of IFS, internal family systems, which you're familiar with.
Yeah. I've always wanted to work with an IFS therapist since I learned about it a few years ago.
Yeah. And in internal family systems, maybe some people have heard of it. Maybe you have not heard of it. Yeah. But it's like parts work, which anytime I've sat in a room with someone who's tried to do parts work, none of the therapists that I've used have like specialized in that. But it's always been a little over my head. Like I could not even sciencey, like a little like sci-fi-y. Like you got this firefighter and then you got this. And I'm like,
manager and your exile.
Yeah, you have all these like parts of you. And I told you before we got in and did it because you knew he did IFS.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have any parts. I just have like a captain.
Heidi.
I just have intuition. I have a knowing and it fucking guides everything is what I said.
Well, you said, if I do have parts, the main one has just told them all to sit down and shut up and do what they're told.
That's what I did.
Like, I believe that actually, which is not wrong.
Well, it's hilarious because when we did our parts work, little fast forward, but like one of my parts is an intense captain. And he actually, Dave in his work, we'll get back to what Dave's credentials are.
It's funny you keep saying Dave and captain. Isn't that what you used to call Dave?
I
I've
didn't
been
call
thinking
him
this
that.
whole-
That was Dave. That was Dave's word of the year when I met him.
Oh, was it?
Captain.
I've just heard that reference before.
And I had like not knowing it was the word of his year,
Mm.
his word of the year. I had gotten him because I knew he was writing a book
Mhm.
about, and he had like a ship at sea is safe, something about a harbor. I don't know. A ship in harbor is safe, something about, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I had gotten him some AirPods that said captain. I had etched, and he's like, this is my word. I'm like, what? I had no idea.
No way.
But so Dave, the other Dave,
Therapist Dave.
yeah, had said he at this is second day, some of the breakthrough moments, one of the breakthroughs was one of my parts is this very intense captain. And what he kind of teaches is like our superpowers are also the things that can take us down, right? Like we spend our lives developing a superpower
They're
from
protectors.
a place of pain when we were a child.
They're the
and so you
protectors of our
spend,
pain.
yeah, we spend a couple days getting to where the pain is, what emotion that caused. And so that emotion, essentially, we identify drives all of these parts of us to be created. And they're amazing. Like I have an overachiever. I have a people pleaser, right? Which is amazing. And it takes me down, right? I have like, I can't say no, amazing. And it takes me down. And then he wrote on the last day, he added one that said captain. And he's like, you have this captain that you've developed because you've tried hard to lean on other people and you can't, whether it's in relationships or whatever. And so you realize it's you. And this captain now has developed so much that it can really guide the ship. But one of the problems is, he said, sometimes it literally takes all the other parts that are here to serve you.
Yeah.
And it gag ties them and puts them underneath the ship.
Puts him in the galley, makes him swab the poop decks.
But I don't
even know what that means.
He does parts work combined with something called experiential therapy. And then as soon as he said experiential therapy, I was like, I've done that. And then he said, I'm a guide at a place called Onsite.
I have a story about this.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, Dave, I did Onsite right after Dave passed. So Onsite is this really amazing place in Tennessee. You go, it's like, I felt like it was Jamie Kern Lima at the wedding I'm talking about, where James TW was there. Jamie had said, hey, I think you should explore Onsite. Like, she's like, I did it. It changed my life. Me and Paulo, her husband. And she's like, I really think you should go check it out. So I called Onsite. She had, made sure to talk to someone. I got a really great leader there, a guide. And you go and you check in your phone, you check in your computer, and it's just the most beautiful, like they do equine therapy, but you're in a room all day with like paints and colors and scarves.
You're acting out the emotions and the experiences.
You're actually not acting out emotions there. So what's different about psychodrama? So Dave is he's certified or whatever in psychodrama too. So he's a guide at Onsite. He very well could have been there when I was there in 2023. But the psychodrama that they do there, they don't apply it to parts like Dave did. I loved how Dave did it. This is why it was so great. You at Onsite, you're essentially doing family of origin work. The entire experience for an entire week, you're in the room with the same group. And same as, when we started with Dave, he had us draw a picture of the environment, the climate of your home during conflict. He said, I want you to go back in time to when you were a child. Draw a picture.
Yeah, no words.
No words.
Use colors, shapes, anything that represents you, the people in your household, the energies, the everything. Yeah. We stood next to each other on a whiteboard. And were you peeking at me?
No, not at all.
Oh,
I didn't peek. No, I
just curious.
No, because I know my drawings weren't going to be as good as yours. Mine was just scribbles. Yours was like cute, and there were like flowers, and it felt
had like different colors. Yeah.
But so you start by drawing a picture of like the emotional climate of conflict in your home. And so similarly, when we were at Onsite, I don't know that we started with this, but we drew our family of origin is what it was. Similar, right? And so then once you draw the family of origin, they kind of help you figure out, I don't remember it, honestly, that a lot of that area of my life, there was a lot of sadness and grief. But like eventually you get to a point where you act it out. So the room goes around over days and she helps you act out almost. So you have people represent parts of your family.
Yeah.
Is what it is. And then you have conversations. So mine was my family, but also like my higher self. So, and then you all like the guide or the therapist steps into your role. So we'll be like, if you can't figure something out,
which Dave would do, which was really helpful to me, for me. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Dave, so anyway, that's like the psychodrama there. What Dave does is he takes, well, let me explain the back and forth. I might be having a conversation with my dad, for example, right? So someone in the room was representing my dad
in on-site,
and I am representing me. And then the guide would say, okay, now switch. So then I would go to my dad's spot.
Yeah.
And then and then I would speak as him. And then she'd be like, switch, right? And sometimes the guide would step in. So similar. Until what was really cool is one of my intentions of onsite was to learn to trust my intuition. You and I have had this conversation. Could not trust my intuition for the life of me. And interestingly, from 2023 to now, I don't know when the shift happened, but massive shift in my intuition. I had a conversation with my higher self kind of a thing. But what you realize in that experience as you're doing the back and forth is you actually have everything inside of you because you're the one having the conversation with your dad. And then you step in your dad's and you see it from his perspective or whatever it is. So Dave takes the same therapy.
Yeah, concepts.
The same concept. And he applies it to parts therapy, IFS. So instead of having representations of your family members on the ground.
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah, it's the parts of yourself. Oh. It's like, how would you explain parts?
Well, I mean
there's a movie.
Oh yeah, what's the Inside Out?
Yeah.
Which he had the little figurines. Every time he'd be like, I don't know, what emotions can I pick from?
I was the one. You were like, you know all the emotions, like colors of the rainbow. And I'm like, I have no idea. What are my choices?
Yeah, and he'd go to the little figurines. He'd be like, you can pick from anger, sadness, loneliness.
Scared.
Yeah, fear. What'd you ask me? How would I explain?
Yeah, I was going to say, how would you explain the parts?
Well, technically in like IFS, and this is just the little I've learned. There's the core little child self of us. They call it the exile. That's the one who carries the childhood stuff, some of the pain, the trauma, whatever. And what I loved about Dave too is we'd explain like, oh, when this happened, I felt like this, and he'd be like, when you did that or you said that or that happened, how did you feel? And you'd explain and be like, but what was the feeling when you were saying this? He kept digging because he wanted to just get at a word, a feeling. So in IFS, there's that, they call it the exile. That's like your child self with the wounding. And then you have parts that are protectors. They have names like firefighters and managers, but those are the parts that have developed to protect you from that pain.
So would the exile be my not even sadness? Because remember, I couldn't get to. On
day one, you were having a struggle, like naming what the core feeling would have been in your exiled child self.
Okay, so I said sad because he's like, how did it make you feel? And I said, not enough. By the way, disclaimer.
Yeah, I was gonna say this exact same thing.
Disclaimer. Doesn't matter who you are. How happy your family was. My family was amazing. None of this is a knock to my family. Let's be honest.
I was going to say the same thing. And I hope that my children one day go through it. The whole time, I'm like, I wish my adult kids just come do this. Because no matter what we've tried or the best we've done, they have pains. Like that's the human experience. You have pains from being a child, no matter where you came from. It's just
all of us.
Part of being human.
Yes. We have to have those.
Of course you do.
Like, because we have those is what creates these amazing characteristics.
And the pains, I mean, there's people like in your mastermind, some of those pains came from teachers or bullies at school or siblings or, it's not just like your family of origin or parents or whatever, but that exists.
Yeah. But I would say I would go to, sad. I said sad, and it never really hit.
It didn't resonate.
And he went and did my thing. He's like, okay, then we're gonna go. He like
just moved through like emotionless. Yeah, it was all logic. I'm like, who's the dude here?
And then we got to Ryan, and it was just crying and all this time
flood
spent.
Of emotion. Yeah.
And I told that night one, I was like, I don't know if I aced it today or if
I was
he
like,
just
you want
was
therapy.
like, you were hopeless.
You got through without crying or breaking down.
I
was like
a
shell of myself that night.
Well, but then the next day. That's when I was like, something's not sitting right. And I said, I don't think it's sadness. Sadness is not my primary emotion ever. I feel it.
Yeah.
But that's when I was like, what do I have to choose from?
Yeah, and you went
And
to
he
little
literally went to the
figurines.
figures. He's like, you have sadness,
Yeah.
you have anger, you have
Fear.
loneliness,
Mm-hmm.
you have fear. But he didn't say fear.
said
He said
scared.
scared.
Mhm.
Because the day one, he said fear and I didn't resonate with it. But when he said scared, I was like, I mean, like even that word right now, that like scared, I'm like, man, like that is it. And in every phase of my childhood, no matter what, whether it was, I was scared of scorpions. Didn't I tell
Yeah,
you?
you told me you'd
You
sleep with
guys,
socks on your hands so scorpions wouldn't get you.
middle of the summer,
Sounds like a very Ruby thing, actually.
it's a very Maddox thing.
Is it? Okay. Actually, that tracks. Yeah.
Sweatpants to here, socks over my sweatpants, sweatshirts to here, socks over my sweatshirts, which I also had Vaseline on my hands for the calluses because I was a gymnast. But I did not want scorpions. And I would like sometimes put like a scarf around my neck.
Babe.
I didn't want scorpions to sting me. We lived in the Orange Grove. So I was scared of everything.
I did see one in your garage last night, by the way.
You're lying to me.
I went out to go get a protein shake at night and it went scurrying under the fridge. Of course, you're in Arizona. They're everywhere. It's like saying that you saw a shark in the ocean. Like, yeah.
We've never had one here.
Yeah, you have. You just haven't seen them. You haven't had problems with them here, for sure.
But anyway, when scared is how I felt always. And I mean, then everything kind of tracked. He works you through. And I was even, it brought me to a point where I'm like, man, I have done a really good job safeguarding my life after so many years and different businesses and failures and successes and partners and failures and successes. It's like I've gotten really good at building a moat in a certain way around my castle. So not a lot of things can scare me anymore, right? Like not a lot of things we become protectors of ourselves so we don't have to feel that fear. And these parts of us that are good at protecting are amazing. They're superpowers, right? Like, and also they are the thing that can disconnect us or ruin a relationship or make it hard to be vulnerable or trust someone again or whatever it be. But like even my overwhelm on a daily basis. I mean, even getting to a point where I was filming this podcast today, my overwhelm is so significant. Yeah. It's so significant. It's like I was explaining to Ryan, I said, I grew up with financial safety. I'm really grateful that like my parents, I never knew how much money we had. We'll talk about this. Why not? We're doing a financial year. You're actually teaching to my group tonight for free. Yeah. Thank you for doing me a service.
I like to do that. Teaching's fun.
Ryan's a financial advisor. But yeah, I grew up with parents who did a really wonderful job creating financial safety by protecting us from too much financial information.
Yeah, I'm sure they had hard times and you just never knew.
Just so I'm not turning this way for the camera. There we go.
What do you want me to do?
Just be like next to me.
To be normal. Is that what you said?
But like I remember when we were young, we would be like, how much money do we have, Dad? And my dad would be like, you don't need to know. He always said, you don't need to know. He's like, we have enough to be happy. That's what he would say always. And I appreciate that so much because at one point we lived in a trailer, like literally a trailer with a hole in the floor. I didn't know the difference, right? And then it was like we would slowly graduate up. And by the time I was in high school, I never even thought about it though. It wasn't like, but now looking back, my dad had done well for himself. He had done a really great job, but no matter where we were, my dad would always say, we have enough to be happy.
Yeah, you always
and
said,
and he would say,
safe in that.
he would always say, you don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
And so there was always financial safety in my life. And then I don't have the kind of money wounding that a lot of people do. I've always done well, probably because it didn't guide me the way that it does other people. I felt safe. But then something about my dad passing away, right? When my dad passed away, I remember feeling like, my dad always said, this is my money. You go make your own.
And you did.
And I did.
Yeah, and you
but
did.
He did that for all the kids, even when he was alive. This is mine. And he wasn't being selfish.
No, he was preparing you to go build your own. Yeah.
And so every one of us kids went and did our own thing and we made our own money, never relying on my dad ever. And even though there was a career, multiple careers by the time my dad died, real estate for 10 years. And then we were in a TV show when my dad passed away. And so a whole different business opened up. There's still an underlying fear. There's something that mom and dad provide whatever that safety is, that then I'm like, oh my gosh, my safety net is gone. Not that it's money, but it's like, I knew no matter what, I was safe. My dad wouldn't let me fall in this world. And my dad's not here to make sure I don't fall, right? Even though the goal is to never fall. The goal is like to figure it out myself. And so I do believe since my dad passed until now, it's like I can potentially see it in everyone in my family. It's like we're all trying to create safety for our kids in the way that my dad created it for us. And I pile a lot on me to create safety.
It's one of the main ways you feel safe.
It is.
Which is interesting in money psychology.
But also I'm very safe, like in this relationship.
Oh yeah.
I am so safe emotionally. Like that, I would, and I've had all the other kinds of safety and really like the most important safety for me is emotional safety, the most important. And so now it's like, how do I, now that money wounding is coming up around and it is based in that, how do I repair that? And how do I realize that no matter what I build or how much I make?
Yeah. Because you could have
it doesn't create safety.
50 times what you have right now, and you could still feel the exact same way, which is really common too, actually.
Weren't we watching a reel on that too?
Oh, it was Ed Milet interviewing
Gary V.
Yep. Which I want to use that tonight. That clip was amazing. I found that in my almost 20 years of being a financial advisor. There were people who had average, who were incredibly happy, fulfilled, and safe. And then there were people who had so much excess, like generational excess, who felt freaked out every day of their lives. I used to meet clients that were older, further along in career. They would come to us feeling like they are so far behind, and we would get organized. We'd run numbers, and I'd be like, you realize that like your grandkids have money. You were done working 10 years ago, just based on the math. And they'd be like, I don't even feel that way remotely at all. Because it has nothing to, I mean, there's a level that you need to earn to maintain, you need a little safety. That's true. But the number of the money, the bank account doesn't provide it. And if people don't figure out what it is, it could be, some money wounding, some core safety issue. It also can be like, I found this a lot too, where people don't get fulfillment outside of work and money. Like they've ignored, it could be their bodies, their health, their relationships, their own hobbies and passions. Yeah. And they've ignored it. And then it's never solved with money, ever, ever, ever.
Their kids.
Same thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. So you got to the core of that on day 2.
Yeah. I mean, what's interesting is we went there. There wasn't much work you and I did together.
No.
I want to talk. Let's talk about yours. Yours was so.
Let's talk about how messed up you are.
Yours was so good. You're not messed up. You don't have to talk about any of it.
I'll talk about anything. I'm not messed up. No.
I just thought yours was good. I remember when he started stepping into some of your parts. Yeah. It sounds really weird, but
no, that was really helpful.
And he started like speaking from you and where you had come from. And I was like crying on the sidelines because he was summarizing what you were saying, but he was putting the important parts together that maybe you couldn't see.
Yes. And let's add the last step of this isn't like the science IFS, but the last step of the ladder, it's not linear, but the last place is the self, the adult self.
From like the wounding as a child to the parts that we've created to
the self. And
the adult self.
The adult self. And the point of our parts work and IFS therapy is to stand in the place of your adult self, in yourself, in your mind, in your body, in your emotions, and see your parts as a team, almost like children though, because you are the adult there. And it was really, I'll back up, but it was interesting because there is a tendency to like step outside of those and be like, oh, I don't like that part of me. It always messes this thing up.
And you said that a lot.
A lot. I was like, yeah, they need to go away. It's time for him to go away. It's over.
He ruins this, that. And I could see, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that part of him. He doesn't. Yes. It's like you were denying and a lot of us do that. It's,
of course,
we talk negatively to ourselves and you don't speak negatively to yourself, but your parts, as you were saying, this thing that, like one of them is the fawn, right?
Yeah. yeah, so there's we identified, and there's probably like more like sub parts, right?
Yeah.
But two main parts of me, which aren't dissimilar than yours, and they show up differently. One is a very much like fall in line, do everything right, check all the boxes, make everyone happy. Fawning's a part of that.
Abandoned self.
Yeah, that's like the darker side of it.
Yeah,
It's,
good.
It's
Good point.
compliance.
It's the darker side
It's
of
the
it.
darker side.
Yeah.
The beautiful side of that is like, that's where in my life, that's where like discipline and order,
health
and like balance,
your kindness to me and my kids.
That's where it comes from. Is that part? But I did view that like Dave made. I feel like that was 10 years of therapy in like one session. It was incredible because I kept saying, yeah, I'm done with that. It's time for that to go away. That part's dead. Yeah. It's old.
You did.
I did. Yeah. I would say that. And he would correct me and be like, no, these are always here. They'll never go away.
He let you swirl in it for a while.
Oh, so we'll get to that.
Because then you went to
wild
fight. There's fight and fawn.
So the other side of me is like it's middle finger to the world. It's like, I don't need anyone or anything. I've got this by myself. And the dark side of that, the less healthy side of that, is like an avoiding, running away, pushing people away side of it.
Oh yeah, the avoidant in you.
The awesome side of that is like there's a lot of drive and ambition that comes from. There's a lot of passion that comes from there. There's a lot of like, I can do anything.
Standing up for yourself.
And that's where a lot of my like, I'm curious about the whole world. I want to experience everything. I'm not scared of anything. Like I want to do it all. So that part, they all have different sides.
But I think even when you were seeing it, because you were in that figure it out mode.
He threw that card down.
He did.
Well, because let's say this. You start in your child self, your exile, you're like wounding, you name it. I think we named mine, which I think is pretty close, loneliness.
Okay.
Which is interesting because I've always been which maybe this is why I've been a highly social person my whole life. Always surrounded by people and whatever. And then you move to your parts, which mine was like this compliant, self-abandoning, fawning. And then the other one that's just this like, fuck you. And then he lays down the adult card. You marched right up to your adult card day one. You just marched right up to it and turned to face the other parts in your child self. You did. You walked straight into that thing and just stood there with your hands on your hips, like you walked straight there. It was the craziest thing because he laid down my two cards. He put down my adult self. And then he was like, okay, step into your adult self. I couldn't move for like 30 minutes. What did I keep doing? Back and forth.
You were literally walking
circling
from fawn to flight, and you were talking and just spin. And you're like, I just can't figure it out. I just can't. But like, because you were looking at both of the parts in the negative light. So it was like, this
and which
person,
one's right?
Which one's right? Yeah, he said, so who is adult Ryan? And you literally
circled it.
And you're like, but then if I go here and it's like F you to the world and then this and then, that only works for so long. And then I got to go back here and I got to fall in line. And we're just watching you.
So he writes down, figure it out, throws that card in there because that's where I'll get stuck all the time is just like, what's the right way to do it?
Yeah.
And I was just walking that forever. I kept looking at the adult. I was like, I don't know how to step there. It was so crazy. And equally, when I did, it was like the biggest revelation to me on when I hear people say like, you're the one in charge, or, like take your power.
Take the reins.
I'd always be like, I'd always think of that externally, like what that means. Like, what do you have to do for other people? What do you do in a career? What do you do with whatever, kids, relationships? That was the first time it dawned on me so big. Is that recording still?
Yeah, we're good.
As I stood there, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what it means first. Before you can externally go bring your power and take, the reins on before you can do that externally anywhere in your life, any relationship, any health, work, anything, you have to do it on the inside first.
Yeah.
Which I know, but that visualization of standing there, it was like one of the most powerful things I've ever like realized before. And so then he would step into the parts and he would talk to me from the parts. And I had a hard time role playing because I get kind of stuck in like, what am I supposed to say?
Yeah, I can feel that.
And then I'm like, I'm not even saying what I really would say in this situation. I just can't. So he would step for me.
Yeah.
He would walk back and forth.
Yeah.
and speak for those parts. And it was awesome. Like he did it so well.
Yeah.
But he would stand there and be like, okay, these are your team, but they're more like your children.
Yeah.
They can fight and they can kick and they can scream, and you can validate them, listen to them.
You can tell them in the car, one's choosing
McDonald's,
one McDonald's,
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
But you are the adult and you get to say, I hear you, but it's time for you to sit down. Thank you for your efforts.
Yes.
I got this. I'm going to decide what we're all doing here.
Yeah.
I'll choose a little bit from you. I'll choose a little bit from you, but or
I might choose all you today, and you might have to just get in the back
today,
seat and
it's
buckle up.
box checking compliant one because we got to just get some shit done.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we need some adventure and some passion, so we're gonna do you. But like I'm the adult in my body, in my head, and my soul, making that decision. And it's the most simple concept, and other people probably hear that in different ways and like resonate with it, and they can do it. That was the first time in my whole life I was like, oh, that's, that's where internal power and leadership comes from.
And knowing. It's where you're knowing. Your intuition. It's like that confidence that the way you move is going to be the right way because you're going to make it the right way. It comes from
you decided
that.
Yeah.
And let's talk about that.
Oh yeah. What?
Remember how excited I got? Because listen, and the reality is we've all been there in a certain way, but I'll rewind to Onsite 2023. I was sitting in the same place that I could see you sitting in. And I was trying to figure it out. And I was trying to, and I'm like, my history, right? It's like we take our history, instead of taking evidence that it can be done, we talked about this in Mastermind, we take like basically a track record of all of our failures to tell us what's possible. And I was sitting in the place in Landmark where I was just looking at relationship after relationship, right? Like bad choice in men after, not even bad choice, but like unhealthy choice or whatever. And whatever it is. And I didn't know how to trust my intuition. Didn't even know what the hell it was. Didn't even know if I had one. And I could just see people guiding themselves through life. So I was sitting there always trying to figure it out. Always trying to be like, well, what is it going to mean if I do this? Well, what's this person going to think? How am I going to look? All these things.
What's the right thing? Yeah.
Yeah. And then I had my conversation with my higher self. So 1,000-year-old Heidi, looking back, is who I went back and forth and role played with my guide. And when I say guide, the therapist there. And it must have been really eye-opening. I don't know, but it's been totally unconscious, like a subconscious thing. And that's what happens. There's so much information that we take in always that doesn't always land in our conscious brain, our like thought that is currently there. Stuff is sinking in when we least expect it. And then it's working. And we just kind of have to trust that it does work. But it was really cool. I mean, you and I have had this conversation over the last year. It's really nice to be in a place where I'm like, I absolutely trust. It doesn't mean I have all the answers.
Right.
But it means that as I gather the answers or gather advice, I trust my ability every day to wake up and take a step. Right? Like I don't question the step that I'm taking. And so, I got so excited for you because I felt like I was like, oh, this is how it happens. This is how you see it for the first time. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. You're like, learning how to ride a bike. I was literally,
I know.
Because Dave was like, what are you thinking, Heidi? And I was like, this is amazing. I was just so excited.
Thank you.
And I'm not even looking at Ryan. We're like next to each other. And Dave's right across from us. And I see him just stop. And he's like, Ryan, you're totally shut down.
As you're complimenting me, you're praising me, you're excited for me.
But like the reality,
genuinely.
I wasn't even praising you. No. I think you heard me praising you for doing a good job. So that part of you that is trying to step out of.
It was the reward for performance. The performance done correctly. No, it wasn't.
But you heard that as
the part of me that,
now,
yes.
Now I have to be.
And if I don't perform that way in the future. Or if I fall short of that, then she'll be disappointed. She'll be let down.
So you would just kind of shut down.
And Dave stops.
Yeah.
He's like, Ryan, what's that look on your face? Do you not like what she's saying? And like, I'm like, no, I have a very supportive partner who's so excited for me.
Yeah.
But as he said that, I learned so many things about myself in those 2 days. And now we can see it I can see it in like other people. Like you've been talking about how other people will react the same way I will react sometimes. When you're like complimenting or praising or being excited about the thing they did.
Yeah.
'Cause-
And it's almost like sometimes you hear it as responsibility to uphold a certain
it's like a
level. And what if I can't uphold it?
Yes.
Because you don't like to do things wrong.
Yes.
And one of the things I've been like, you can't do or you're gonna do things in a way that I don't
Remember
like.
when
And it's
Dave
okay.
was speaking from one of those parts? Like,
do you
what
say?
happens if I mess up? You know, like what
Yes.
if, you know? And I don't remember what my response was. He's like, no. He's like, you will mess up.
You're gonna mess up.
You will do it wrong.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Well, we had gone home. That was on night one that conversation
Mhm.
happened. So we went home and Dave was like, oh, it's interesting. You don't like when Heidi cheerleads for you. It was kind of what we left. And I knew. So I let it go. You're like, I guess I don't. You know, you kind of went along with it. And then when we got home, I was like, hey.
Yeah.
I actually don't know that it's, you love that I praise you. You love that I cheer for you.
Wouldn't want their partner supporting, like being excited for them. Oh,
I said, I think you heard that if you don't rise to this level and be this all the time, because I got excited about that version of you that takes the reins, then I might disapprove. And you're like,
that's it.
Is it?
That's it. Yeah.
And then I had to reframe and rephrase and say, I wasn't praising your job well done. I was saying, this is awesome that you just, that it's almost like a door's been opened. That's it.
Yeah.
That like a door's opened and now you can like look in the door and see something that you couldn't see before.
1,000,000%. And what I love about that in myself is I don't want, well, and it's not, they're not, my reactions are not anybody's responsibility ever.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through life being like, hey, you need to praise me this way when you want to, but it just not like, I don't want that. What felt so good about that was to recognize those little feelings and go, oh,
yeah,
there's a thought that comes up when someone talks like this to me that like, if I don't keep it up, then they're disappointed or I won't be loved or accepted.
You know, on the tail end of me not liking that your car wasn't sold, you know, so I get it.
Yeah. It was so good. I can't, and it's just like just the beginning, because now since then, I can recognize when feelings pop up that aren't the reactions that don't match the situation. And there was one last night too.
Oh, let's talk about it.
I don't remember.
Was it when we were talking about Dave?
No. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Please, thank you.
No, it was later. You were praising me. What were you telling me? I mean, it's things you tell me all the time. You just love me so much and you're obsessed with me or something. And I mean, you say those like cute all the time. You were giving me like sincere thing. There was a piece of me that was coming up and I was like, why do I like not feel good right now? Oh. And I started thinking back to times throughout my whole life, back into my teenage years when I would feel the same way.
You feel could it be that you feel unworthy of being obsessed over?
That's
because I'm obsessed with you.
It is 1,000,000% that.
Almost like she's only seeing the good in me, the best foot forward. What if she sees the parts of me that...
It's almost like I don't believe it. Yeah. And last night was the first time that I sat in it and got to just, in parts where they say like, ask it. Like, what are you wanting? What's going on right now? Why are you showing up like this? And I got to just kind of like ask myself like, oh, that's interesting. What is that? Instead of just feeling it and being like uncomfortable and shutting down.
Wonder what I was saying.
I don't know. Just kind and cute. And you were just loving on me.
I was just like crawling on
and
you.
I don't always feel that. It's not a frequent response. Like I don't always feel that way, but sometimes I do. But since Dave, him, and I've heard it a million different ways, but him laying things out visually, stepping into these places, me having a literal physical hard time stepping to the next card. Yeah. Just clicked. Yeah. And it made me realize why people, me, everybody, when we don't feel in control and in power in ourselves, that's why we show up as a boss, as a parent.
I feel like we need to have Dave on the podcast.
As a spouse. Oh, we will, as a partner. And we try to like dominate and control in really unhealthy ways. Cause I guarantee inside, like they're missing it. They're lacking it. So they're like, how do I show up externally dominant or powerful or controlling or in charge.
Yeah, because they don't feel it inside.
You don't feel it inside.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't show up that way.
Yeah.
Like that was so incredible.
Yeah.
It was so good. And I'll be meeting with Dave every 2 weeks to keep going. You know? He was so good.
It was really good. I believe Dave's going to come. We have an in-person event with the mastermind people. I ended up shuffling things around. I had the entire event planned.
People have to do this.
And I was like, my girls, my women need this. They have their eyes open to themselves, really. So now Dave's going to come do that.
Yeah.
I literally, I'm like, man, someday, obviously you're going to have a full-time job. So it's not going to work, but I mean, who knows? But someday it would be so fun to do some kind of a retreat.
I know.
A couples retreat.
It would be, and bring people like that in.
Yeah.
It would be amazing. I was just going to say, and you were talking about this, that experience, we didn't do work as a couple there.
We didn't.
There was no couples work. There was no like, what's your problem with him and what's your problem with her? Like, we didn't even talk about it.
But that's kind of what's amazing is like when you focus on yourself. I guess moral of the story.
Get to know yourself.
When you discover and you're curious about yourself and your partner gets to witness it.
That was it for me.
Yes.
I walked away from there seeing parts of you that like, that makes so much sense. Now I have I'll be learning you hopefully for decades.
I know.
But I got to further see the parts of you like, oh, that's kind of where her pain lives.
Well, what's cool too
is where her safety lives.
Oh, I had a breakdown. I mean, a few of them over the last week. Let's be honest. Which one are we talking about? The one. Yeah. Not the one yesterday.
Okay. The one 2 nights ago on the phone?
Yes. It was the one on the phone. That was a bad breakdown. I don't know if I've ever had a breakdown like that I basically was like, screw everything. After I was able to like verbalize, obviously I verbalized a lot, but after I was able to like, be like, okay, here's what this comes from. I was able to follow it and pull on the thread because of the work that we did with Dave. Because then I was like, okay, I just recognized I am overwhelmed, which is what it was. I was breaking down. I feel like I'm breaking down a lot.
Babe, so valid.
And then I was able to say, hold on. I think it through tears, like I'm scared. Like that part of me that's had safety. I'm so scared of not having it. Yeah. And then it was just, and you were so sweet because you were able to see it. You were there in the room as we were discovering a lot of this stuff. And I've been able to kind of voice it in a handful of different ways. So even today, right before this podcast, I'm like, I got so much going on. I'm all record. Hey guys. Literally.
Yeah. Seconds before.
Yeah. The number of things. Now we're going to vent.
And that's real. This
is all my own fault. So there's no one to blame. And that's always an important thing for me to say. But what is seen online, except for here, right, is not the reality of my life. Meaning like, yes, things are great. I posted a concert pic last night.
You do some kid stuff. Right? You do some videos. Yeah.
But the amount of, I have built my life. I'm the captain of my ship. I have built my life to be overbearing for me. I really have. I have not secured any full-time help in my business. And this is all my own doing.
Things. Yeah.
And so it's like, a lot of part-time people with me full-time holding multiple businesses.
Too many pieces.
Launching businesses.
Too many pieces.
On my own. I don't have a business partner. And, poor Ryan just gets all my yelling, not at him, but just about how stressed I am. And there's absolutely nothing he can do. And I have to, as I'm saying things sometimes to you, I'm like, you have your own life with your own so much shit to deal with in your life, in your lane. And you have your own job transition that's coming to an end and starting something new. And like, that's your stuff. It is not your problem that I've built my life in a way that at the moment feels unmanageable in this way.
It kind of is. It's valid, babe.
But at least I recognize it's mine to hold. I mean, I can be like, fix it.
I like when you say that.
I literally will be like,
you come over. You literally will come in and slump your shoulders and stomp.
I know.
I'm
feels
like,
like a
come
lot.
save me.
I do. And all I need you to say is, I'll fix it.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't do anything because it's not your job.
But it is I was just thinking about this right before the podcast.
I don't know what I'm going to do when you have
Yeah, when I get back to
a
full-time
full-time
again.
job again.
It's been a few months. I know.
It's been nice.
You can talk to me after 5 p.m.
I know.
Save your venting. 9 to 5. You're
gonna end your 9 to 5 to me
5 to 9 a.m.
You're gonna have so many voice memos from me.
Good, I love
You're
them. What
gonna
do
have
I
to
always
catch
tell
up.
you? I wish I had like a 24-hour live stream of Heidi
I know.
when I'm not with you.
Oh,
But
good.
as I was walking upstairs to find something to record this when you were down here upset, I was thinking, oh, this is so cool. How you can work with somebody and get to know them, really get to know them better, which I think is what a honeymoon stage really means ending. Because all of the you get to the real. You get to the real of it. The sweetness is more than it was before.
It is.
It is.
I loved it at the beginning, and
I did too.
So much better now.
It is. All of that, the way we
know.
talk, the way that we connect and touch, and it's all still the same.
Yeah.
It's better. But I was thinking, how cool is it when you really get to know somebody?
Yeah.
Like all of them. Because now when you do these things, I feel like I can just I can sit in it easier. And so like the other night, a few nights ago, when it was bad, what did we do? This is actually so hilarious. I just said, okay, I'm just going to sit on the phone with you. You can go if you want, but I want to sit here.
Oh, this was another bad night. So this wasn't that night.
Oh, which night are you talking about?
I'm talking about where I was in the car. I was picking up Ruby from.
Oh yeah, we did get off the phone. You were busy. You were with Ruby driving around. You had to get back on the phone.
No, that was the one where I was really sobbing.
But didn't you call me later that night? No, because that was Father's Day.
I
know it's been you're straight. You legitimately have a lot of stuff going on.
I've had so many.
But it feels good. Like that night, I was like, let's just stay on the phone, and we didn't talk for like 3 hours, but we texted. She was so upset.
Why was I upset that night?
Was all the same stuff. It's the same. It's always the same thing. It is. Just great. It means I could just learn it and get immune. And
I act sometimes like I'm dealing with the hardest stuff on the planet, and then I come look at your computer when you're dealing with your shit. I'm like, well, I'm glad I'm not you. You got bigger monsters than I do.
I got some battles to fight, but yeah,
I'm sure.
But it feels good. I mean, like I know how to sit here with it in you. I don't take it personally. I let you say what you want to say. Do you remember early on when we got, it's not a fight, but it was like got really tense between us. Do you remember this? You were having the same breakdown. This is like June of 25.
Anyone who knows me knows that you're going to get a voice memo from me going, I am so sorry. I'm just so freaking overwhelmed. You have no idea. I don't know how to get all the things done that I need to get done. How?
I know.
If you know me and you have my phone number.
you get that. We were on the phone and you were saying the same thing. Now I'm like, oh, it's the same fear and it's the same safety.
Is it getting busier? Do I have more on my plate today?
Yes, completely.
Why?
From a year ago.
But I got
because you're rebuilding things. Well,
but like, how do I make sure, Ryan? Let's troubleshoot this. How do I make sure I don't get myself to a point where I was in 2022, 2023, where I was like, I'm done?
Well, that feels like a whole other story because I think there were other factors in those years that were going on externally that aren't going on anymore. Yeah. I think there's been healing and changes since then that probably played a huge role. So
yeah.
But do you remember the time we were on the phone? It was the same conversation and you were really scared about like career and work and money and how this is going to go forever. And the first thing I jumped to is just listening and validating.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah,
it's a big mistake.
Turns out that not everyone wants to be listened to and validated.
I don't like to be
Some
validated.
women just want the solution.
Yeah. Like I'm like a man.
Yeah, we're a little reversed.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how all women online are like, sometimes you just want to talk and not have my husband throw a solution.
Yeah.
Just give me the solution. If you see it, send it.
And sometimes someone else doesn't have it for you. But I was validating how
I have all the solutions. When you come to me, I'm like, listen,
yeah,
here's what you're going to say.
of course you do.
Here's how you're going to handle it.
But I was like, yeah, it's really it's scary to feel that way. As a provider too of a fan, like it's scary when you feel like that stuff's threatened.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I get it.
yeah, and you were like really upset because you're like, I don't want you to wallow in my negativity with me. We got off the phone for like an hour and I was like, what just happened? and then I remember getting back on the phone and my little do everything right part was like trying to say the right things to pump you back up and push back and be like, motivate you. And then I remember talking and being like, what am I saying right now? It sounds so dumb. You know? So
that's funny that you think about how a conversation went and you carry it into the next. Because as soon as I have a conversation, it is gone.
I like observe as I'm talking, as words come out of my mouth. There's like a piece of me that's standing back watching it like, why are you saying that?
It is just in the moment and gone.
You feel something different than the words that are coming out of your mouth right now. Did it the other night when we were sitting in bed talking, doing the card question game. We were asking questions and I'm saying things and I'm listening to myself talking, being like, why are you saying that?
Really?
Because it's the right answer.
I don't like.
I notice these things now.
Really? See, I just know that whatever comes out is going to be right. And I don't know. I actually have taught myself to trust.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, and Brecken said it the other night on the voice memo. Brecken is my cousin. He's amazing. Brack. We went and dropped off a I love you basket to someone, to a friend. And we sat in the car and talked. She's been through so much. Oh. So much. Yeah. And we talked for a while. And when we got home, she had sent the sweetest voice memo just thanking us and said, hey, I know that was a lot. And she didn't say sorry. And I noticed that. And I love that. She said, I know that was a lot. But I could tell she was going through what I go through. I used to go through when I would say a lot. She said, I'm trusting that everything that I said needed to be said. Mm-hmm. And I love that because it is a practice. It's like as you say things, trusting that everything needs to be said. And also, however it's heard is how it's meant to be heard, you know?
Well, even if that's for yourself, like I might say something I don't mean because I'm trying to say the right thing, which is a practice for me to observe it and go, oh, I didn't mean that. So the next time I'm going to say it differently.
Yeah. And the reality is like, I'm going to hear whatever you say, however I'm going to hear it. And sometimes I'm going to be happy and other times I'm not. And that's not your problem.
Yeah. Nope. Unless I'm being mean.
You're never mean. I can't I can't
you
imagine
me being like mean to you.
No,
like,
there are situations in your life where I'm like, you got to be mean for a minute because this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And you like don't have it in you to be. I have a side. I can cut a bitch. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You can't cut a bitch.
I don't think so.
No.
I just feel like someone else will cut you. Dude, that's not my job. Like I'll just cut you off. That's what I'll cut off a bitch, and then someone else will cut them. Like that's how life works.
It
you
is
know?
True. Yeah.
Like
life will
just
teach.
pick my battles. You know.
Yeah. I love you. Okay, this was a really fun podcast.
This was great.
I know, hour and a half.
Turned out way better than we thought it was going to compared to how it's the moments before.
I know. What time is it? I have a call at 3:30.
Yeah,
what time is it?
It's probably past 3:30.
Let's see.
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
What time is it? Oh my gosh, we got 6 minutes.
That's
okay.
That is.
No, this is a really great podcast. I feel like we need to get, we gave a call to action. If you made it this far, what should the call to action be?
I think one of the reasons you're so overwhelmed, and it's a cool reason, is because of one of the things you're building.
Which is what?
Coaching.
Which is amazing.
It's amazing. And it's everyone around you, your business consultants, people you're working on it, everyone's just like, do you know how awesome this is going to be?
It is going to be great. It already is.
It already is starting out.
I haven't even really launched it yet, and it's already filling up.
Of course it is. And it's overwhelming, and it's a lot, and you need more help, and you need more people.
I feel like we need a whole other podcast to talk about this, and like even the membership group we just launched.
This isn't the time for it.
Let's talk. Let's give a call to action.
Yeah.
I actually think if you made it this far, I know a couple podcasts ago, you guys, I loved this. I had so many people when I did the solo podcast in my car.
Those are so
I had a
good.
lot of people text me or message me what their superpower is. Interestingly, because I hadn't even done this
Oh,
therapy yet.
Cool.
What their superpower was and what trauma or pain it came from. Do you know this?
Whoa, yes.
So I wonder now, we need to have Dave on.
I
So
know.
that's our call to action, is to figure that out.
Mhm.
But maybe I really do think it was so helpful for me to envision, because maybe do what the therapist did. I'm not going to be the therapist, but like envision or draw or write about your family environment when you were younger, like in a place of conflict. So specifically, what did conflict look like and feel like?
No words.
No words.
Colors, shapes, anything.
Yes.
Scribbles.
Yeah.
Faces, stick figures. It doesn't matter.
Take time doing it. And then again, I'm not a therapist, but a cool exercise for us was to boil down what, like, and I would even say, because you don't have someone to talk to, then go write about it, explain it, and write about it, journal it.
Yeah.
What do the colors mean? What do the things mean? And then boil it down to how did it make you feel?
When that was happening, you felt blank.
Scared, lonely, angry, sad, and then almost like
anxious.
I will tell you this: when you nail down the feeling that it was for you, it will hit you like a ton of bricks. For me, it'll feel emotional. Was fully emotional. Yeah, when I actually landed on scared, and try to like pull on the thread of how it's laced and created a lot, like laced throughout your life, and it's created a lot of who you are. Your superpowers included. Like it has definitely created your superpowers. So let's start there.
For sure. Great call to action.
Okay. Love you guys. Dave.
Shout out, Dave. Thank you.
We love you,
We're
Dave.
going to make it, buddy. Thank you.
Which that was a whole funny thing too when we went to Dave.
Oh,
he was like thinking I was ready to break up with you. I was not.
It was so funny.
I'm just very direct.
The way he met me when we had our initial interviews, it was kind of like, Are you sure? Do you want to?
I actually had said to him on the phone, I'm like, listen, when you see us together, you're going to see I actually do love the guy.
Just want to work on some shit.
My captain was out on the phone call.
This is your captain speaking. I'm going to get you a shirt. It says, this is your captain speaking. That's my call to action. Okay, thanks, man.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you guys. I love you.